Okay, so now this is an ecstasy. I guess I'm gonna like talk as clearly as possible. I want to speak about a few things about what happened today and all the stalking and harassing and the dirty things that people did. First of all, that woman that kept trying to say to me she was from Qatar, or she was from UAE, or any place else that she thought that we would be from, or I was from, and she kept saying that she was me, and she'd harass, and she has broad shoulders like a man and big feet like a man, but she's short. And I remember the woman, so-called woman thing that was stalking when we were little kids. Me and my beloved, like we were little kids, and she was about 30 years old at the time, and she was the one that's beating me in the back when we were trying to get on a plane going back to the Middle East from here. Today she showed up in a green uniform, military, and the badges say Saddam National Germany people. We told you with the I-24, we own I-24. These are little kids, and so some of the things you see are old, and the badges say Saddam National people went to Germany, their Pentagon. Okay, so this woman always harasses women, whatever it is, harasses me and tries to say that she's me and tells me I'm nothing, and she gives me death threats and things like that. And she's with that man with the crutch. And Archangel Michael said that they were together physically, and they do things physically, and they're supposedly both men. Even that man with the crutch said, "Can't you see it's a man?" They had really broad shoulders, and the speed are kind of big, to be so short. And but this was one relationship. I always tried to send us a woman, a man looked like a woman, and they always tried to send us a man that looked like a woman to try to rape and kill us. So it came this evening in a green uniform, military uniform. Now everybody knows what they tried to do. They started out early this morning when I first went out to try to go to our beloved Rothschild's banking houses, banking palaces, and the man in a red coat, a black man, and then another man, a white skinned man, and both obviously bad to say side about people started harassing me when I got down by the manor, which is what we own also, and I always mention that. So, short, he's like on his phone, getting smart. They have always tried to get smart and harass, and then cause to a crooked cop, and then try to say I'm crazy, take me away. And they obviously already told me what they do. So I knew they were doing something, and so my beloved husband actually told me that that's what they do. That's what they would do, but it doesn't work anymore. They tried to hear of the man that shot me and my beloved husband. So I'm like, little kids, the criminals with that. That man shot me in shopping with little kids with Jenna. So, and there's a Jenna E thing here, and a gay couple, and they get smart, and both of them are sodomites. It could be a man that looks like a woman, or a woman that looks like a man, and a man. It's just really, they stalk and harass all the time, and we know they're dangerous. So that showed up, okay? This is it, and in a green military uniform, and looked at me kind of smart. I said, you're going to be arrested. But when I left this morning, I was told by my husband, and Rothschild's dad, and everybody that with us, obviously, been Archangel Michael, they're being arrested. So when I got down by the manor, there's a black man in red coat, he's getting smart, and we know they're the people that they plan in here because they had planned to do something when they got into Germany and they went into Israel. They had planned to simultaneously attack us, both locations. So they were getting smart and harassing, blah, 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 and it just didn't work. And I told him, I said, I'm not afraid of you, but the simple fact that you're wicked would be the answer, and that we're two little kids you tried to kill. You missed. We know what you did. We had a police sting, and we saw you, and you're liars. Bad use. I'm not sure many people, American, ugly filth, dirty liars. So all day they harass. They harassed me. Told you we sent the license plate number of the man on the bike. He was obviously was stalking. He came. He got smart when he got off his bike. He got smart. And his motorbike. He got smart. Blah blah. It was a sodomite. Then obviously he saw a relative, Abdul Nasik Isaac. He comes running back and gets off like he's getting in his bike. I said, you're going to be arrested. I told him I said, this man is wicked. He's guilty. He was talking, getting smart, blah blah blah, and he like he was watching to see what come. They all harassed, stalked, and looked around to see. Well, obviously, was stalking to see who would come and who would be, and who would come speak to me, and who would be around, who would come out of our houses, our banking houses, and sitting any of the workers or servants. It was really quite creepy. It's a woman creepy. It's a woman talking on the phone. She was getting smart, and all bad. You say something about Nigerian people. Because, see, they thought they were going to do whatever they thought they were going to do. They obviously were going to try to attack us simultaneously. They're filth. They attacked And that woman, the one that tried to say she was me, or Nasika, I remember that woman. I know she's been arrested, and they arrested everybody else that did that with that. And we see some that aren't there anymore. They actually tried to take over the manor. They're running abduction. That woman that sits behind the counter, she's not Nasika. She's the cut people, and she thought she get. And every time she gets smart, and she tells people she's me. She's not. I remember that woman threatening. I have never seen these people that have appeared now as little children. They were bigger than me, and maybe they might have grown a little bit, but they're full height, or they take shots to try to grow taller. No, they weren't children. There's no children running around and by themselves without supervision with guns and things like that, and shooting people from different countries. No, dwarf like what was that, Wizard of Oz? Because those are dwarfs. The Munchkins, they were dwarfs. They were full grown. So America, but settlement driven people obviously have the idea to get to make shorter things stay shorter longer, although being fully grown to try to hurt people. But they weren't that short at all. These people that were arresting were full grown height. So that might wear higher shoes, but it has big feet. I remember that. It was beating me in the back. And I know that it was 30 years old, and said it was 30 years old when it did that to you. Tried to say it was me. He says, it's not me. It was dressed in a military uniform. I said, you're going to jail. And I heard it crying on the elevator. It was a military uniform. Better to sodomite not-driven people. She's not from any places that she tries to say she's me. And then she speaks in Italian and Spanish. Italian is close to Spanish. She can do that. I speak Monegasque, and I speak Monegasque. My Italian and my French and my Spanish are all together. But it's a language that I know naturally. And so I just said, I speak those languages, and I speak many different languages. I'm able to, a little bit of each. I speak a certain way, and I've always been like that. I've always been like that. My first language is ancient Aramaic, and you can see, okay, I have ability to understand these languages. Like, it's a gift from God. And the way I speak is natural. These people try to mimic and try to say to me, she's not me, but it came in a military uniform. Those two men, a black man, they come like pairs like that, a black man and a white-skinned man, they were harassing me. And then tonight, remember I told you about Clarissa? She gave a threat. I sat in the bank vault, she came and she said, where's your family? Tell me where they are. We told you that woman's not me. Bad to say, sodomite not people. She was guilty. She was dwarfed a little bit. She helped to push our sister mom underneath that tram. I told her, I said, I turned her name into the bank. I gave the phone number. I remembered about the woman, Archangel Michael, and everybody else helped me remember. When I saw her name, I looked up and I remembered that woman. She's not me. She's not from any vassal. She was somebody that came to try to take my identity and help try to steal for the Betty said not government. The vassal isn't royal. She's not me. And it's an American name. What she had, it's Spanish, and she put some other name under it. It's American. And then the person was a fake person tried to say he had something to do with finances that had that name, and I know that they were trying to steal. Going to prove I'm criminal, she said last time. I told you about her. We made a recording, and somebody botched the recording. Cyberstock, so some recordings you weren't able to hear. I said she had something to do with that. So when she left, she was like, "Where's your family?" She tries to tell a lie that I told her to. I said, "I didn't tell you that." And I said, I remembered her. I kind of like stand office because she made me play. She actually tried to kill me, do something to me. She was like that when she gave that veiled threat. Well, I'll see you later. Something like, and to that effect, sort of to that, like that tone. Really, when I remember, I said, I looked up your name. I tried to look up your name. So I've never how I remembered about her. And I remembered that she had done something to our sister. Archangel Michael said she had done something to our sister mom. She was one of the stalkers, like the one downstairs, the woman in the military uniform. She was also, they were all involved. The woman that's behind the counter that gets smart with that black man that tries to say she's me. It's another one that they're all homosexual. That's an Aaliyah people. They think because they made a lot of stuff that watered down blacks and blacked up whites to try to pass them off as me. I'm not that. I'm really who I say I am. And it's appalling that they would try to do something like that. And the blacks would say, we're just going to tell people, get rid of you and tell people we're you. I'm not Uziel or Uziel. I'm not Nakar or Monk. I am from the family I say I am. I look like my family. And they're really quite wrong. And it's like the group that came to Israel and I found that the man wasn't a Jewish. And he said he wasn't Jewish. He said one of his parents was, his father or something, but he wasn't right. I understand. He really wasn't telling the truth. I understand it too. They got mad. He said to me, and it's obviously they were sick on us. He got mad. He said, you look mulatto to me. He said, would you join our mulatto club? I said, I couldn't possibly do that because I'm not mulatto. I can't be part of your mulatto club. I'm not that. I'm what you call the fourth race. I told him that. It's my fingerprints. That's what Dad called me. God called me that. And so that's where the name came from. It came from God. Because I look this way, my fingerprints are how they are. Our fingerprints came out special because we're royal. God marked us holy. Our hands are marked holy. I don't have a Negroid fingerprint. I have Asian fingerprints and Mongoloid. Mongoloid, Asian would be Asian, and a Caucasian fingerprint. What Mizrahim, the Middle East, I have fingerprints like that. Those people aren't me. So that's what happened today. They were trying to start trouble. They even came in a manner trying to start trouble, trying to cause a ruckus, and then trying to, obviously, what they do is try to call a quicker couple. I mean, they stole my tablet that time. They stole my tablet. I never got the tablet back. Now, I saw it on the internet a few days ago for sale for 60 francs. A bad you say sodomite, Nazi Germany person came. I'm like, when's the last time you ate French fries? Some rotted so-called NASA person. Obviously, she was some bad. She was rotted. Her skin was rotted. I'm like, I don't think you eat French fries. I think you eat other things. They caused, and it's a man that caused a ruckus, especially some not people, and got a crooked guard to try to call crooked police. And they took me someplace. They stole that tablet. I never got it back. I saw it on the internet for sale for 60 francs. Samsung. It's a white tablet. I know it was the one that went missing. I never got the tablet back. The crooked cops helped him to steal that. Those guards were being arrested though because it had something to do with our kidnapping abduction name. Killed our Rothschild's uncle dad who was trying to help rescue me. They shot my husband in his face and they hit me in the head where the blood came out my nose. The same guards that helped steal that tablet. So those guards aren't around anymore. They're gone. They were fake. They say sodomite, not German people. So that's what happened today. And they go in colors. It's not they're racist against us. So all the day long, the sodomites harassed and stalked like that. But we knew that they would try to do something, especially when they did that. The man with the telephone tried to zap our smartphone and gave a threat for Jenna. And then today they did all that. We just suspected that because I 24 let after the man tried to zap the phone, he couldn't do it. And then I went to check in the phone and I saw the news report. And then why did they have to go to Germany? They went to Germany and then they went into Israel supposedly at the same time. Why did they come? It's 15 francs to come on the bus or to go to the bus from here to Germany, and 77 francs on the train, one way. So they had obviously planted. They had people harassing in the dining room. The man with the crutch and that one that looks like a woman but it's not a woman that told all those lies along with the man with the crutch and the blacker man. They were and other people harassing for them. They're just not the people that were attacking verbally and doing things. They weren't from here. People that had placed and obviously try to do things if they thought they could do something to us. We told you they are trying to kill, but God is keeping them from killing us. Don't think they're not missing because they're just playing a game. They really mean to hurt, but God won't allow it. So we just want to know what happened today too. What all happened today. So we just said, and sodomites, they're crazy. My husband said they're sick. We know they're sick. They're insane. They have all the, what is that? Wacko. And the 70% of the population is like that. 70% of the population gets destroyed. They're infested with dirt, and what they do is death, and they worship an idol that's not our God, and they're sinful completely. They're mixed with animal and humans mixed with fallen things. Please, it's not a joke. It's not a bunch of crazy people at random. They really are gonna go away because they did all the terrible things that God said, the same as it was then before the flood, as it would be later to this time period. So they come to try to attack us. So when you see they try to keep us from posting, Abado, Nasik Malik, Benjamin Netanyahu had us post that on everybody that was listening to Facebook, so that people can see that I'm not a crazy. They gave me diamonds, so people would know that I'm real and that we told the truth. And they still try to do things, and that we have private emails and this. And England said that when they see a post, the people that stalk try to stalk even more. And the police department in England, they told me when you make a post, the stalkers try to stalk even more. We make the post so people who don't we don't email can see the things that we're allowed to say to people. Because some things like people need to hear, right? The people who are with us and will be, they need to hear some things. So we just want to let you know again too. I'm talking to everybody, everybody. So, we just want to say that, and we'll think about those passages that we told you that the people that are stalking and arresting are damned. The bad says, "I'm not sure people." When it speaks of the land, it speaks of our kingdom that's mentioned in the book of Daniel. Our very, very large kingdom, the largest kingdom ever was, ever be, her kingdom, our eternal kingdom that lasts forever and ever, lasts forever and ever, never to transfer by people, as it lasts forever. Those passages and that I read in Proverbs 10 and Tehillim 37 and Isaiah 23 and Isaiah 66. There are passages that say we reiterate and back up the things that we spoke of in the book of Daniel and other Psalm 91, Tehillim 91, and other passages. And it says that our ground is holy, and no unholy thing will be accommodated on it either. The holy, only us. We're the meek, we will be, as God says that we will be. We are the holy temple of God alone, and we will be in this holy ground. The passages that also spoke of holy ground, and the wicked will not be tolerated. Those passages reveal that too, and that they will be destroyed. God doesn't like, and reveal the fact that God sees their decency and sodomy. God doesn't approve. God destroys them for that. And it also says that God will. Well, they won't be. Massive destruction from heaven above, from God's throne against the wicked. What will be massive is 7% of the population that gets destroyed. That's quite massive. Bug rot and other things that happens to them. They did these things on purpose. And they're still trying to further it along. The wicked. So they would try to make holy people dirty and to destroy the planet. We can't have anything but good people in our government that God has assigned up on this earth and to be forever. You have to understand it will be a holy government that's forever. Sukkot. And new moon after new moon and Sabbath after Sabbath. And we shall gaze upon the men that rebelled against God, for the worm shall never die. It means that we will be, and the wicked won't be. And the worm survives because there's a job for God. Now let's talk about another animal, because Archangel Michael brought this to our attention. The snake in the garden. It wasn't the snake. You see, the angel book revealed. They had to. We told you they were trying to change I'm not sure people. The bad people were trying to change things in the books to try to make it look like that jade thing was real. Okay, so somehow the angel book is awesome, and so somehow they tried to say that jade thing was in the garden. Yeah, it was the devil. That's right. Ugh. And Archangel Michael's funny. He said the snake said it wasn't him. the devil most likely tried to use the snake. We see in two different times that the snake was vindicated. When there was a plague that broke out, and God commanded Moses to make an image of a serpent and have the people look at it, and then the plague was checked. He was vindicated. Lord, the devil tried to say it had done. And when Moses' staff turned into a serpent, and it devoured all the magicians' snakes. See? So I thought about that. I said, well, he was all right. And he got on the ark. That's another time. So we just wanted to say these things to you. Now we have to do the angel hours. At least we try to do them for Shabbat, and then do the rest of as we told you. It goes like it. When I see late February, early goes into March, the hours. So we just wanted to, and as a change, and we can update them. And it goes all the way that far until March when we update. And we'll also post it. But we try to make some blessings today, but they seem to try to cyberstalk the strange homosexuals. So I wasn't able to. When I did try to before I went to sleep last night, I wasn't able to, and I tried this morning. I couldn't. So just so we fix it. So they got mad because we're trying to break into our things. That's a crime. Okay, so it's just the things they committed. They committed crimes against themselves, and they tried to take everybody else out and make them dirty. But the wicked people, they're mad because they know they die, and they want all of us to. They want everybody else to die too, but we're not. We're not going to die because God said we're going to be. And so we just want to let it. We're going to live for eternity. Our people will come back and they'll live for eternity. We're going to be, because our beloved God is God of the King of the universe said we're going to be. Okay, now it's going to be Shabbat tomorrow. So when Shabbat comes, Shabbat Shalom, we made partial. You saw the posting of the partial already, and so basically we just want to let you get two, and we'll just fix it. So like an email excerpts and stuff with the most recent ones, and the angel hours, and the blessings as best as we can, and so we talk to you as soon as we can. Okay. Most careful, safe, and alert, and Shabbat Shalom when it comes.